Let's make this the best 30 minutes of your day. If you have a ball, we're going to take it with us all the way down to the ground, and it's going to go right under your sacrum. Now, my mama makes sure that I don't say words like this in mixed company, so the sacrum is right above your C-R-A-C-K. That's going to give you a good idea where we're going to position it. Once we're there, we want to make sure that we're finding a neutral pelvis. That means our hip bones are shining straight up to the sky, and it's almost a draping sensation of the pelvis over the ball. Do you feel that, Jessie? Kate does not have the ball, and she's still able to mimic the movement we're doing, just not raised on the ball surface. Arms are long, feet are flat, 4 inches apart and parallel. From here, we're going to imagine that your navel is 12 o'clock, and we're going to turn the gear wheels of the pelvis to tip towards 12 o'clock. It's not a great big range of movement, and we don't want to grip our tush. Now, if you think of your pubic bone as 6 o'clock, you turn the gear wheels the opposite way, and then we're kind of sticking our booty out a little bit. Now we're going to come back through center again to 12 o'clock, and think about your left hip bone is 3 o'clock, and we're going to rotate towards the left a little bit, and then come back through center, and now we're going to rotate towards 9 o'clock a little bit. Arms are actively imprinting the floor, back through center. 12 o'clock again. Now we're going to go around the clock. 3, 6, 9, circling around. 12, feel the deep abdominals engage. 3, 6, 9, and 12. Let's go counterclockwise twice. 9, 6, 3, back to 12. So we're loosening up the hips, finding neutral to 9, 6, 3, and 12. Now level it out. We're halfway between 6 and 12. Do you guys feel that with the length between the navel and the pubic bone? All right, from here we're going to do single leg raises, holding that pelvis neutral. So let's think about that right leg becoming weightless. Hover the foot off the floor, hold. Do you feel that deep abdominal connection from the right inner thigh across to the left waistline? That's our diagonal sling. Let's continue the movement all the way up. Now the right leg is in tabletop position directly over the hip at a 90-degree bend. With control, we're not changing the angle of the knee. We're lowering and opening the hip back to start. Now the left side. Peel the left heel off the floor, rising all the way up to tabletop, sink the femur into the pelvis that hasn't moved, and then we're going to set that left leg down again on the right. Arms are imprinting the floor, and the pelvis does not tip back towards 12. So think about reaching towards 6 without arcing into 6. We're on the left leg now. Go ahead and set it down. It looks easy, but I'm feeling a little shaky shake through the core already. Picking up that right leg, setting it back down. Left leg, set it back down with intention. Last time on the right, make it count. Really sink that thigh bone deep into the pelvis. Lengthen it down. Last time, left side. And we're gonna bring it all the way down. Go ahead and remove that ball from under your back, and we're gonna rise onto our feet with the ball, and we are gonna take our feet 4 inches apart parallel at the top of the mat. And here's the balance challenge to get your day started. We're going to set that ball right under our right heel. This is going to help to really teach us where we want to be in a heel raise, and there is no invitation to mash that ball down into the ground. If you pop it, that is not what we are after. Let's go ahead and grab your dumbbells if you have them. And here's where the balance challenge begins. Jessie's excited. Keep all 5 toes imprinting in the floor on that right foot. And we're going to step a natural step back with our left foot. So now we're on the balls of both feet, and you're probably feeling some shaking. That's your core trying to stabilize the pelvis. Glue your eyes to something directly ahead of you, and if that's not good for your body, simply take the ball out and have the heel down. We're going to exhale as we soften both knees, keeping the torso upright. And then we're going to inhale as we narrow 2 straight legs at the top. Ooh, that is no easy task on the ball. Really try to straighten that front leg, Jessie. Exhale as we lower down. I can't. That's all right. If it doesn't get all the way straight, that's fine. Inhale as we narrow through the upper inner thighs like tweezers to raise. Exhale as you lower. So a lot of times in lunges, you may have been asked in the past to push through that right heel. That is simply not acceptable. We are trying not to push into that ball. We're instead thinking about lifting via the core, narrowing the pelvis to raise. Let's go ahead and add the arms for the last few. The arms can come long at the sides. As we exhale, take the arms out to shoulder height, keeping the sternum over the pubic bone. Inhale as we narrow. floating up. Exhale as we lower down. Pretty sure you can see us wobbling. And I'm hoping that you feel that wobble too. Oh, see, I took my eyes off the front. Keep working. If you take your eyes off that balance point, there's a very good chance you'll tip over. And you can see Kate's still working really hard. Same focus. She simply has her foot flat on the ground, and that's a great way to execute this exercise as well. Let's do one more, and we're going to go right into some squats. We're inhaling, narrowing through the pelvis, lifting all the way up. And go ahead and come off of that ball if you haven't. We're going to keep the ball and the dumbbells going into some squats. So the ball goes halfway between the knees and the hips. That helps you connect to the midline of the body. And we're going to do a row with those dumbbells while we work. So here we go. We're going to crease at the hips, tip the torso forward as the elbows come wide and the dumbbells or empty hands come up about shoulder height. That's an exhale. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. The tailbone is heavy as we open the front side of the hips. Exhale as we lower down. Elbows are wide, collarbones chase the elbows. Inhale as the waistline picks you up off of the pelvis. Notice that the intention is not coming from the ground. The intention is coming from the core. Inhaling as we narrow and float up to standing. You want to think about a lightness. Exhaling as we reach the tailbone from the crown of the head. Let's take a quick look at our knees. On the way down, we want the knees to creep in front of the ankles. So that allows for a proper bone rhythm of the upper inner thighs. We're holding the squat down because it's fun. You can take a peek and make sure your knees are over your foot island behind the toes but in front of the ankle and aligned with big toe, second toe. You want to think about the inner thighs spiraling up to the sky and lengthening the crown of the head away from the tailbone. Anyone feeling that effort? Head to toe. Beautiful. Navel draws up and in between the shoulder blades. Let's exhale to prepare. Inhale, and we're going to come up one more time with intention. Inhale all the way up to standing. Let's go ahead and set the ball and the dumbbells down if you have them, and we're going to do a side plank on the left. Now, we're each going to show you a different variation of how to achieve this exercise. I'm about the midline effort where we have the left hand on the floor, left foot stacked in front of the right, and we lengthen into a diagonal. Jessie has her feet stacked for a more narrow base, and Kate has her forearm and her left knee down. And that's going to give you 3 different levels to achieve the same focus and effort, but just with more or less challenge. Think about the left shoulder blade wrapping down and around the rib basket rather than hanging and sinking into that shoulder, getting it close to the ear. A long diagonal from the heels reaching through the crown of the head. And for additional cardiovascular effort, we can inhale as the right arm floats up above the shoulder. Exhale as we bring it back in line with the hip. Inhale, long arm comes in line with the shoulder. Exhale as it taps onto the hip. Really reaching long as we work. If that feels aggressive after a few tries, put your arm back down. If you like it, keep going. Let's do 3 more. I like it. You like it? Awesome. Let's do 2 more. We're going to go swimming next. Sounds good, right? Bring the arm down and with intention, lengthen towards your mat. All right, let's turn onto our belly. And we're going to have our arms extended long in front of us and our legs extended long behind us. To start with, the forehead is going to go down onto the mat. The collarbones are wide. And this is not an opportunity for you to just sink your abdomen into the mat. We want to think about lengthening the tailbone away from the crown of the head. And do you feel how that kind of peeled your belly up off the mat and really engaged the deep abdominals? So keep that low back long as we now hover the right arm and left foot off of the floor. Nothing else changes. Set it down. And now left arm, right leg. Set it down. We're lifting from the shoulder and hip joint, not the fingers and the toes. Right arm, left leg. And now left arm, right leg. Really think about deepening the crease. We're all working together, continuing with that pattern. Think about deepening the crease under the right hip as it raises, and then deepening the crease behind the left hip as it raises. Think about the shoulder blade melting down and around the ribs as you float one hand up and then the other. Lengthen the tailbone long. Don't let the abdominals start to spill into the floor. We've got the left arm and right leg. Let's pick up the pace. Set it down. Right arm. Set it down. Left arm. We're doing the leg as well. I'm just cueing the arm, right arm. left arm, skew the leg, left leg, right leg reaching long, 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 tailbone is reaching away. Last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1, and all the way released. All right, let's go into our WundaBar. This is one of our signature moves. It's a sincere challenge and a heck of a lot of fun. Hands go wide at the front of your mat, and we're gonna bring our feet onto the mat in a 4-point parallel position. Without changing the height of your tush, we're going to shift back, bending the knees. Now we're going to tip the torso forward, and the tush does raise up into a pike position. The right leg stays where it is. It stays bent, and it stays in with a deep hip crease. And now we're gonna reach the left leg up and back at your best diagonal. Bring it in towards the midline of the body, a tiny touch more to find that inner thigh. Do we find that? All right. And now we're going to exhale as we come essentially into a single leg plank, shift the weight forward. And now we're gonna inhale as we tip the torso down and the left leg floats up. Exhale, shift it forward. Both legs are long. Inhale as we lengthen back. It feels delicious. I like the way one of my mentors describes a move like this. She'll often tell me it's like fun, but different. Lengthening back as we reach. Exhaling as we hinge forward. Hold the next one back. We have a deep bend to the right leg. Crease under the left hip. And now we're gonna do a tiny pulse, just deepening the crease under the hip, tiny pulse. You can check that your pelvis is still level. Reach the right hip back, tiny pulse. Last 5, last 4, last 3. We swim again, oh my gosh, last 2, last 1. Bring that left knee down, and we're gonna go into swimming again, but this time our torso is going to hold in an extended position. This is really nice to counteract all of that work we do forward on our computer, driving, eating on our smartphones all the time. So your hands are gonna stack on the mat below you. The legs reach long behind you. The tailbone reaches long, so get those deep abdominals active straight away. And to come into extension, we're going to melt the shoulder blades down the spine. Can you feel that happening? So it's not just a jamming and shortening of the upper back, it's the shoulder blades melting down so you can gaze forward. All right, heavy, heavy, long tailbone reaching away from the crown of the head. Feel the deep abdominals, my friends? Awesome. Stay here, shoulder blades melting down. Now we're gonna reach the right leg, the right inner thigh so long that it hovers up off the floor. And then we're gonna set it back down. Doesn't matter how high. Left inner thigh reaches long, 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 long. And then we set it back down. So it's that length that hovers the leg off the mat and brings it back down. Left side, lengthening up and bring it back down. Reach long, 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 melt the shoulder blades down. Right side, heavy tailbone, left side. Whew. Melt the shoulders down. Almost there. Really think about that tailbone reaching long. That's super important to find the deep abdominal connection. Reaching the crown of the head long from that tailbone. Let's hold the right leg up. We're gonna smile. We're gonna breathe. And slowly set it down. Last time for the left. Lengthen that leg back, crease at the hip. Shoulders melt down. For 3, for 2. With intention, let's lower that leg back down to the floor. All right. Wrap your head around it. WundaBar. One more time. So this time we're gonna have the left foot down. We're gonna take the hands wide at the top of the mat. Step your feet back into your best plank position. Check your pelvis is neutral. We're gonna bend those knees with a flat back. Tip the torso forward to lengthen up into a pike position. Left foot stays where it is. Left knee stays bent. And the right leg reaches long and back. Anyone else have sweat on their mat? I do. Okay, cool. We can clean it up later, yes? Reaching back. Check your pelvis. Make sure that your hips are level. Reach that left hip back. On your next exhale, let's shift forward into that single leg plank. The right leg reaches back. It's an exhale here, long body. Inhale, reach the crown of the head long from the right toes. As you tip back, collarbones are wide. Inhale as we bring it forward. Focus on that left femur bone. That's the left thigh bone, sinking deeply into the pelvis as you shift your weight back, lubricating that joint and improving functionality as we strengthen and tone. Deep crease at the hip. That's an inhale back. Exhale, bring it forward. Let's go for one more. Inhaling back. Exhaling forward. And on this next one, we're going to do the hold with the little pulses. Lengthening back on the inhale. Hold. Little tiny pulse from under the hip. Little tiny pulse. Little tiny pulse. Collarbones are wide. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And bring it all the way down. All right, if you have them, grab those dumbbells. We're gonna bring our right foot forward so we can recenter in the mat. Right foot comes forward and your left shin is melting down onto the mat below you. One dumbbell in each hand. We're gonna do a chest expansion, but let's check the pelvis first. Make sure that 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock are level. Make sure the knee is over your foot island and aligned with big toe, second toe. From here, we're gonna inhale as the arms sweep behind the torso, but keep width between the shoulder blades. Exhale, bring it back to start. It's a small range of movement. I like to think of reaching long and low, broaden the collarbones, and lengthen back. So it's not a great big range of movement. We're coming back in line with the hips, long and low, collarbones wide, and lengthen back. I like to think about that shin being heavy as we work. That left shin is heavy, and that helps me find my low belly. Lengthening as we inhale, breathing between the shoulder blades. We're gonna do 3 more here. Last 2, really think about that length. Crown of the head reaching up as the shin melts heavily into the floor. Last one. Taking the arms back. And then we're gonna bring the arms in and come down onto both knees. From here, we're gonna do our booty taps with a tricep extension. So it looks like this. Our knees and toes are glued together, and we're gonna fold at the elbows and the knees at the same time. On the inhale, narrowing through the pelvis as we raise, basically back to where we were, but now we have 2 knees down. Exhale, creasing forward. Inhale as we float it up. Now that we've got the hang of it, we can pick up the pace a bit. Exhale, sits bones broaden. Inhale, float it up. Exhale as we lower, lengthening to rise. Sits bones broaden, inner thighs spiral up here, and then they spiral back as the sits bones narrow. Magnetizing those outer thighs, keeping the collarbones open. It's kind of easy to crowd and curl here. We really want to think about that chest expansion preparation we just did, keeping the collarbones wide and the mid-back strong and connected. This is not only about the back side of the arms, guys. We've got full head-to-toe effort here in every exercise. Inhaling to float up and narrow through the pelvis. Last 2. Good news. We're going to hold this next one down. Hold it down, and we're going to take the arms long and do a long arm pulse here. 8, 8, 7, 7. Arms are long. 6, 6. Don't think about height. Reach, reach. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Go ahead and set those dumbbells down. We're going into our kneeling hinges next. Pay close attention to your low back. We want to make sure that we don't compress the spine at all. Knees are closed together, arms are long at your sides, and we're going to imagine a puppet string reaching out of the crown of the head. Tailbone is heavy as we lengthen, making a long diagonal from the knees through the crown of the head. Now you want to make sure that you're not sticking your ribs out and shortening your low back. That puts pressure on the spine, and we're just holding a diagonal line. Keep it vibrant, keep it active. Knees are reaching long from the crown of the head. Beautiful. We're really going to think about finding that extension. You can give your chin a little bit of a nod, Beautiful. And go ahead and come all the way back up. Again, intentioning with length in the low back. We're going to do this 3 times total. We're going to reach the crown of the head back, not the ponytail. The crown of the head reaches back, and we're going to hold here. Notice that Jessie has a beautiful diagonal line. Give me even more length through the low back. Gorgeous. Did you see that adjustment? Watch for that in your own body. With intention, puppet string reaches you up and back onto the knees. Again, last time, lengthen from the crown of the head. It's deep abdominal work, pure core, all the way around. Kneecaps reach long from the crown of the head. Arms reach long to the floor. Lengthen the low back. So good. Last 3. Last 2. And come all the way up. Fantastic. Get those dumbbells if you had them for that chest expansion. We're going to take the other side. So we have 1 dumbbell in each hand, center back on the mat, left foot comes forward this time, right shin is melting down. Check that 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock situation we started with. Make sure they are level and the knee is right in front of that ankle crease. Arms come long at the sides and we're gonna flip the palms back this time. Palms flip back behind us. Melt the shoulder blades down, broaden the collarbones. Inhale as the arms reach long. Exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, long, low, and it's a reach, not a push or a pop up. It's lengthening low. We have a heavy sandbag imaginary on that left sits bone, drawing it to the floor. Lengthening back as we reach, really bring the crown of the head high. Inner thigh, if that left leg spirals up, you might feel the femur head sink in a little more heavily if you find that rotation. And that right shin melts into the floor, helping to find deep abdominals. Last 3, long arms. Last 2, we're going to take our side plank next. Last 1, and set those dumbbells down. We're going to have our right forearm or your right hand on the mat and your right knee or your right foot on the mat. Right foot can come in front of the left or it can be stacked. And once again, we can take that arm up, floating to the sky, exhaling as we bring it down. Hips are stacked, lifting away from the right hand on the floor. Inhaling as we float the arm up to shoulder height. Exhaling back to the hip. Inhaling, stop at shoulder height. Exhaling, bring it back to the hip with length. You can see Kate's holding that dynamic line as well. She just has the knee down onto the mat, and that's going to help her find that effort with a much shorter lever. So it's still an intense core challenge. It's just not quite such a balanced challenge up on the legs and the hand. Let's do 2 more, Jessie, with that arm reaching long. And we're going to go into that lunge on the other side. Arm comes up, reaches down, and with intention, we lower all the way to the mat. Grab the ball and or the dumbbells, it's up to you. And we're going to take that ball and place it under the left heel. We're back at the top of the mat. The ball goes under the left heel. Remember, we're not going to mash it down to the floor, right? And from here, then we're going to take a natural step back with your right foot. We're on the ball of both feet, and we're going to glue our eyes to something ahead to organize our torso. We have the shoulders stacked over the hips. Hands can be on the hips or out to the side. And we're going to exhale, both knees soften. Oh boy, that's wobbly. Inhale as we narrow through the pelvis to rise. Exhale as that left sits bone draws out at a diagonal. Inhale, that left sits bone narrows, and we aim for 2 straight legs at the top. If we don't quite get there on the foot that has the ball underneath it, that's totally fine. But we're aiming for the kneecaps to absorb into quadriceps as we extend, going into the full extension of that leg. You can totally achieve this with that foot flat if that ball doesn't feel great for you or your body. But notice Kate's still getting that knee over the foot island, aligned with big toe, second toe, and staying organized in the same way that we're doing with or without the ball. Beautiful. Just a few more here. Thinking about that left inner thigh really spiraling up. Gluing your eyes to something ahead is going to support you with that balance. So you better not be looking at me right now. You should be looking at the wall. Exhaling as we lower down. Last one, inhale as we narrow through the pelvis to rise. And go ahead and come off of that ball if you have it. Yeah, set the dumbbells down if you have them, but keep the ball. And we're going to come into a wide second position plie. So that means we have our toes turned out wider than our shoulders. And we're going to take that ball as if we could stretch it. So really think about the mid-back activating here. We're going to exhale as we lower into that plie. Check your knees. Are they aligned big toe, second toe? Mine want to tip in usually. And we want to make sure they're just in front of the ankle crease at the bottom. Sternum is over the pubic bone. And now we're gonna inhale and come all the way to the top, knees absorb into quadriceps. Exhale as we lower. One more time, and then we're gonna add some rotations. Inhaling as we raise. Exhaling as we lower, but swivel the rib basket to the left this time. We're still trying to peel that ball apart. Then we're gonna inhale as we come to center. Exhale, rotating to the right this time. Notice the pelvis is not tracking with the ribs. The ribs are tracking to the side as the pelvis is straight up and down. Exhaling as we lower. Inhale, float it back up to top. Exhaling as we lower. Inhaling back to top. Really think about the mid-back connecting. Last one to the left. Let's do the last one to the right. And we're gonna go into a warrior lunge. Inhale as we come all the way up. We're gonna set that ball down if you had it, going straight into our warrior lunge. So we're gonna turn the left foot so that it's parallel with the length of the mat, and turn your right foot so that it's parallel with the short side of the mat. The heels are in alignment with one another. It's a nice wide stance. Pelvis is level as we exhale, and we weight shift over that left ankle, just in front of it rather. Inhale, 2 straight legs at the top, kneecap absorbs into quadriceps with intention. Exhale, left inner thigh spirals to the sky as the left knee tracks just in front of the ankle and aligned with big toe, second toe. Inhaling to raise, exhaling to lower. We're not here for long. We're gonna go into a very deep lunge hold next, improving functionality of that hip joint, flexibility through the hip and the ankle. All right, here we go, guys. On this next one, we're gonna swivel into an external rotation, so my toes tipped forward, and now we're gonna go low, 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 as low as you can. You don't have to come all the way down if that's not good for your body. Hands can touch to the floor. My left heel is up and my right toes are up. From here, if you're up for the balance challenge, you can take one hand into prayer. If that feels good for you, you can take 2 hands into prayer position, and we're gonna hold and breathe. A lot of the challenge through this series is gonna be about focus, about breathing, and about believing that you can get through it. This is tough stuff to hold it low. You believe, reach. We're holding and breathing. We're smiling through it. Really think about length through that right inner thigh. That pelvis is heavy on the right side. Whoa! For last 4, hands down if you get wobbly. Last 3, long spine. Last 2. And the last 1. All right, bring your tush to the mat. Whoosh, we made it. If you want to grab your dumbbells, feel free, or you can do this with empty hands. We're gonna sit in our best L sit. Arms come long, palms face in, lengthen back with a flat back. Think about the low belly drawing up and under the rib basket as if it were a bed sheet. And now the shoulder blades melt down and around the ribs, then the elbows follow in a fold. That's an exhale. Inhale as we lengthen forward. Exhale, shoulder blades melt down, then the elbows fold. Inhale as the arms come forward. If you have the dumbbells, they're going to be held like candlesticks with the palms facing in. You notice the beautiful diagonal line Jessie has, and she's really bringing the shoulder blades down and around first. It's not the hands tugging straight back. It's getting the midline and the back line of the body really well connected. Let's do 2 more. Shoulder blades melt down and around as we fold the elbows in. With length, we're still plugging the arms into the back side of the body. Last one, shoulder blades melt down and around the spine as the arms fold and exhale. Inhale, arms come long with intention, hinging all the way back up to that L sit. Oh, so good. Let's hit that warrior lunge, other side, home stretch, you guys. We're gonna take the right foot parallel with the length of the mat. Left foot steps long, heels are in alignment. 2 straight legs at the top, level out your pelvis. Exhale as we weight shift. Check that right knee tracks over big toe, second toe in front of the ankle crease. Inhale, narrow through the pelvis to raise up to standing. 2 straight legs. Exhale, that right inner thigh spirals to the sky, and you'll feel that femur bone really sink into the pelvis. Inhale, waistline lifts up off the pelvis to bring you up. So this is not an intention from the ground up. It's an intention from the sky up. So we're floating up to raise rather than pushing from the ground. Exhaling as we lower, inhaling as we narrow and float back to top. How we doing?
We're doing.
How we doing? All right. Let's go ahead and do 1 more. We're gonna exhale as we lower, inhale as we come up. And on this next one, guys, we're gonna go into that deep hold, all right? So let's wrap our head around it. Bring the toes forward on the right foot. We're gonna lengthen down, lengthen into that deep lunge. You can always use a light touch of your fingertips. The left toes come up and we're holding and breathing. 2 hands can come up if you are up for it. Collarbones are wide, spine is long. Breathing, wrapping your head around it, smiling if you can. Melt the shoulder blades down. We have one more item of fun and then we're gonna stretch. Breathe through it, guys, fight for it. Long spine. Navel is up in between the shoulder blades for 4, for 3, for 2. Holy hallelujah, we made it. All right, come on up, guys. We're gonna go into a Pilates push-up. So we're gonna step to the back side of the mat. Feet are 4 inches apart and parallel. We're gonna float the arms up and overhead. Nod the chin, round the spine, and we're gonna get out into our plank in 4 steps of the hands. Right hand down, that's 1. Left hand down, that's 2. Right hand down, that's 3. Left hand down, that's 4. And you should be at the top of your best plank. Good news, I'm gonna throw a little surprise in here. Hover the right toes off the floor or keep them both down if that's aggressive. Now the elbows drip straight behind you. We're gonna do 2 push-ups here. Exhale down. Inhale, come up. Right foot is still off the floor. Exhale down. Inhale, come up. Right foot comes down. Stay here, stay here. Left foot comes up. 2 push-ups. Exhale as we fold the elbows back. Inhale, bring it up. Does not have to be low. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, bring it up with control. Left foot comes down. Reverse that 4-point step, yes? So we've got the left hand coming back, the right hand coming back, the left hand, the right, and with intention, roll up. Arms come up overhead and imprint to the sides as the navel comes up and in. Last thing, we're gonna go into a cat-cow stretch, and we've made it. So come back down onto your mat one more time. Hands directly under the shoulders, knees directly under the hips. We're gonna go straight into that cat first. That means we round the spine, nod the chin, and keep length on the front body, staying organized with a heavy tailbone. Inhale. So we arc the back, open through the heart, and gaze forward. Exhale, nod the chin. Inhale as we unwind. On this next exhale, exhale any negative thought that's been nagging at you through this last 30 minutes. Inhale as you gaze forward. Congratulate yourself on the beautiful and intense work you just achieved. Come back to neutral, and you've done it. We'll see you soon. Great job.